Hi everyone, I want to review this period tracker app named Clue. But before I get into this, I want to say that I'm not sponsored by this app in any way, shape, or form, and this is just my personal use of the app. I've been using this for 2 years, and there was a period of time, no pun intended, that I didn't use this for half a year. And I started using it again, and I've been using it for over half a year, I want to say. And it's the greatest period tracker app ever, in my opinion. And I just love this app so much to track my period. And so I want to show you guys today how it works. It's day 4 for me on my period, and my period only lasts me about 5 days. And that's why you see at the top of today, it says 1 more day. And at the bottom it says next period, July 1st, because that's when it predicts when it will happen. So I'm going to click on today and show you guys all the options that it'll show you within the app. I've already tracked a lot of the things that I have, but I'm just going back to show you guys all the options that you can have. So first will come your bleeding / your flow, and also spotting if you're bleeding here and there. And if you click the little button at the top that says bleeding and I for information, it'll give you a lot of information on bleeding, what it is on your period, and why you should track it, and what's average and healthy. And it also gives you references at the end to their research. So if you want to go back and learn so much more than what's given to you on this app, which is just a clip of everything. And I just love how it's put in modern language as well, understandable language. And you could read this and learn a lot more rather than just telling yourself to plug it up and forget about it. And you're forever going to be wondering why these things are occurring in your body and everything, and become more smarter about what's occurring that is very, very natural and very healthy to happen to you. And just learn certain things that are happening in your body. Second thing is pain. I usually feel pain for my first 2 days, but yeah, I usually get a lot of back pain during it as well, and I wish that is an option that is added, but the options that they do have are pretty basic of what happens to women during their period and certain pains that you feel. Next is your emotions, your sleep, sex activity, your energy levels, your collection method. I usually use my menstrual cup in a pad, and then towards the end I just use a pad or a panty liner. What you're craving, if you're craving something sweet or salty, your digestion, your fluid, which is your discharge. And I experience this before my period starts, but I have a bad habit of tracking it when I'm not on my period. I'm so used to just going in this app when I am. So, yeah. Hair, skin, your stool, where you are at mentally, your motivation, how social you are, your exercise. I do a lot of yoga. Your hours and minutes of meditation, any appointments you may have, your temperature, and your weight. I don't check my weight or temperature because I don't have a scale or a thermometer, and I don't want to take time out of my day to test these things. However, your period, your weight does fluctuate during your period. And if you're interested in tracking that, totally do it. And medication. And this is all the icons that I have that I track. But if you click the plus button in the middle, you're gonna be met with all these tracking options that you could personalize and disable depending on which things you want to add. And I'm just gonna add all these to show you guys. And I'm also gonna add tags to show you that as well. So for partying, it's just if you've been drinking, smoking, having a hangover, or a big night, any fevers, colds, allergies, or injuries you may have, IUD, if you get an injection birth control, patch, pill, the ring, any ovulation or pregnancy tests you may take, and tags. I actually forgot that I added the back pain tag, but you could type to make your own. So I think this just helps track your period as well. And I sweat a lot during my period, so I'm actually going to add that as a tag. And you can edit your own because it's personalized. And I believe if you connect with other people, you could see if they tagged the same things. But I'm not too sure about this. I am doing my research as well. I'm not an expert about the app. But these are all the options that you could choose from. And I like the options up here that I showed you before. And the more that you add and the more you track, that I keep on saying, the app will become more accurate in telling you when you're going to get your period. And I click done, and they've updated my predictions, or their predictions. And if you scroll down here towards this blue section in their fertile window, this means when your body is creating the egg and when you're more prone to become pregnant as well. If you click the second toggle at the bottom, it'll give you a calendar view of your period. And if you scroll up, you're going to see where I tracked my previous periods. And if you scroll up further enough, I'm going to show you the time where I didn't track anything. And where I did. Then at the bottom here, it shows this red and faded color. And this means where it's going to predict where my period and my fertile days are. And it's just a good app to know about your body more. I know I keep on repeating the same thing, but if you want to plan for certain things, use this app. I know whenever I go to the beach or if I'm on a long car ride or whatever, I don't want to be met with any period surprises. And I know it'll be a day or two off, but it's still in the ballpark of when your period is going to begin. So you won't have to be met with any surprises again. And if you add this plus sign or click the plus sign, it's going to be the same thing as clicking today. So if you touch that, it's going to be the same as when you touch today. And over to the left of the plus button, it'll show you an analysis of your cycles. And I'm just clicking on ones to see. I don't think I recorded a lot during that. I just recorded my flow. But this is one that's more outlined, and I added a lot more stuff. And this is 4 days right here where I had my period. And it also shows my fertile window. And you could also record on these gray days as well when you are not bleeding. And it just helps to know when you're getting closer to your period or when you're off or whatever. And like I said before, I have a hard time tracking when I'm not on my period, but it'll help it so much more. And I'm going to click on today's. And it'll show you how I tracked so much more, and it's color-coded as well. I didn't mean to add sweating, but it shows you how much I tracked, and yeah, you get to know yourself more using this app, and I just really love it. And on the end, it'll show you support and other information already shown throughout the app, but I recommend that you do your own research and read about the app, see about it, download it if you want. It's both for iOS and Android. Tell me anything in the comments below, any suggestions you have, or if you use the app. Anyways, have a good day, guys.